Come, my love, settle in. This is your space to soften, to exhale, and to be gently carried into deep, effortless sleep. Get cozy. Find a position that feels supportive for your body, and let the weight of the day start to melt away. You don't need to do anything now. There's nowhere to be, nothing to solve, and nothing to hold. Just let yourself arrive in this moment, in this soft space we've created together. As you relax, feel your breath beginning to slow, in and out, like a quiet tide. The world can wait. Tonight is just for you. If there are any places you'd love me to take you next, any dream destinations, any worlds, any eras, let me know in the comments. I read them all, and I love creating these journeys with you. And now, let's drift into Italy together. Not the crowded parts, not the busy cities, but the warm, golden heart of Tuscany. You've already landed. The flight is behind you. The airport is behind you. Your luggage has been collected, your passport tucked away, and your mind is beginning to settle into a different rhythm, the slower, softer rhythm of Italy. You step out into warm air, bright but gentle, the kind of warmth that immediately sinks into your shoulders and loosens something inside you. A driver is waiting with your name on a little card, and there's something soothing about not having to think, not having to navigate. Just walking toward the car, rolling your suitcase behind you, knowing that everything from this moment on is taken care of. The car is cool inside, quiet, with soft leather seats that welcome you as you slide in. The door shuts with a warm, padded thump, and then you're moving. The airport fades behind you quickly, replaced by wide roads lined with trees. The city outskirts pass in a blur: shops, apartment blocks, stretches of road, and then slowly, without announcement or rush, the landscape begins to change. The buildings grow sparser, the air feels clearer, and the sunlight, oh, the sunlight, deepens into a warmer, golden hue that feels uniquely Italian. You rest your head back and let the scenery begin its transformation. At first, the hills are far away, blue-green shapes rising gently in the distance. Then they begin to move closer, growing more detailed, more textured. Vineyards appear in long, perfect rows that ripple across the slopes. Olive trees emerge like tiny silver lanterns scattered in patterns only the land itself understands. The road begins to curve, softer, slower, more intimate. You open the window just a little. Warm air brushes against your skin, sun-kissed, herbal, earthy. It carries hints of rosemary growing wild along the roadside, hints of warm soil, hints of something sweet in the distance. Grass drying in the sun, or wildflowers hidden in the fields. Every breath feels easier here, deeper, fuller, like your lungs recognize this air, like your body knows what to do with it. You let your shoulder drop just a little more, then the other. Your back melts into the seat, your jaw loosens, your wrists relax, your belly softens. The car moves deeper into the Tuscany countryside, and the world begins to glow as though someone has dipped every hill and tree and stone wall in warm honey. It's your first day in Tuscany, and you're not rushing anywhere. You're not trying to see everything at once. You're just letting the beauty arrive the way it naturally does here, slowly, generously, like an unfolding. The hills rise and fall in long, sweeping curves. You pass small villages that look like they've been asleep for 100 years, stone houses, faded shutters, tiny balconies with terracotta pots overflowing with geraniums. An elderly couple walks down a narrow street together, their steps unhurried, their hands brushing gently now and then. A man sits on a low wall, watching the world with the kind of patience you only learn from a lifetime of slow days. Children's voices echo faintly from somewhere unseen, laughter bouncing off ancient walls. It's all so gentle, so easy, so deeply alive in its quietness. The road climbs again, and suddenly the view widens into a vast panorama. You feel it in your chest, the breadth of it, the softness of the colors, the endlessness of the hills rolling into the horizon. The vineyards glow a deeper green here, touched by the late afternoon sun. The olive trees shimmer silver in the light breeze. And the sky is a soft wash of pale blue drifting into warm gold. You can't help but imagine your villa somewhere in the distance. A place built of stone and sunlight. A place with warm floors and cool interiors. A place where you will sleep deeply tonight. You don't know exactly what it looks like yet, but you can already feel what it will feel like. The road narrows again, bordered by tall cypress trees that stand in elegant, silent lines. Their dark green silhouettes stretch upward like guardians of the land, slender and regal. The driver turns onto a long gravel path. This is the road to your villa. The sound of tires crunching on gravel is soft, almost rhythmic, blending with the distant chirping of cicadas and the rustle of olive leaves brushing together in the warm breeze. You look ahead and see it. Your boutique villa. Stone glowing warm gold in the sunlight. Terracotta roof. Cream shutters slightly open as though the house has been expecting you. Vines creeping up the outer walls, dotted with little purple flowers. Lavender bushes lining the entry path, their scent rising gently into the air. The car comes to a slow stop. You feel something inside you soften fully, like a deep exhale that had been waiting all day. You step out of the car. The warmth of the air touches your skin again, richer now, infused with the scent of lavender and earth and sunlight baked into stone. The villa is even more beautiful up close, elegant but welcoming, luxurious but relaxed. A home, not a hotel. There's a small stone archway leading into a courtyard. The arch is covered in climbing roses, pale pink, soft peach, deep ivory. The petals catch the light in delicate ways, and the scent, faint, floral, dreamy, drifts through the air like a whisper. You wheel your suitcase over the smooth courtyard stones and step inside the villa. The air inside is cooler, shaded, with a faint scent of clean linens, fresh citrus, and something ancient, old stone, old wood, history that has settled into the walls. You place your suitcase down softly, letting the quiet of the villa settle around you. You're here. You've arrived in Tuscany, and for the first time in a long time, your body feels safe enough to let go. You leave your suitcase by the door for now. The villa feels like it wants to be explored slowly, in soft steps, with no rush, the way all beautiful things in Tuscany are meant to be experienced. The light inside the entrance hall is dim in the most comforting way, filtered through pale curtains, warm against the cool stone floors. You can feel the temperature shift under your feet, a welcome relief from the gentle heat outside. You take a few steps further in. There's a long hallway with vaulted stone ceilings, the walls adorned with framed sketches of vineyards, olive trees, and old Italian villages. Each frame looks hand-picked, curated with quiet attention rather than decoration. A single vase sits on a rustic wooden console table, filled with freshly cut olive branches. The scent is subtle, grounding, almost like a soft herbal breath filling the space. You move into the living area. It's everything a Tuscan villa should be: warm woods, soft linens, light flowing in through tall arched windows. Sunlight pours onto the terracotta tiles in golden shapes, making the whole room glow with a kind of quiet magic. A large, low sofa sits against the wall, covered in natural linen cushions that look like they've been softened by years of sun and conversation. There's a woven throw draped over the arm, cream, textured, inviting. The windows are slightly open. A warm breeze slips through the openings, lifting the curtains gently. They sway in slow, dreamy movements, letting the scent of rosemary and summer air drift inside. You walk toward the window and rest your fingers lightly on the stone sill. The view opens up into a breathtaking sweep of vineyards stretching down the hill, their rows perfectly aligned like ribbons of green. Beyond them, olive groves shimmer softly, and further still, the hills roll into one another in layers of blue, green, and gold. It looks like a painting, but one that breathes, one that moves, one that becomes more beautiful the longer you look at it. You stay there for a moment, letting the sight wash over you. Your shoulders sink just a little more. Your breathing finds that slow Tuscan rhythm again. Everything inside you unclenches another degree. The villa feels like a sanctuary, a place that absorbs tension and gives back stillness. A place where your inner world mirrors the outer landscape. Open, warm, expansive, quiet. You continue exploring, walking toward the kitchen. The kitchen is a masterpiece of rustic luxury. Stone counters, a large wooden farmhouse table, open shelving with stacks of smooth ceramic plates in soft white and dusty blue, copper pots hanging above the stove, catching the last golden rays of sunlight coming in through a high window. A bowl of fresh lemons sits on the counter, their scent bright and clean in the warm air. There's olive oil in a tall, elegant bottle, rich green, clearly from a local farm. A vase holds sprigs of fresh herbs, rosemary, basil, thyme. Bread wrapped in a linen cloth rests on the counter, likely delivered by the villa staff earlier. You lift the cloth just a little and warm, yeasty air greets you. You imagine cutting a slice later, drizzling it with olive oil, maybe adding a sprinkle of flaky salt. Simple, luxurious, perfect. You walk further in, toward a set of French doors that open onto the back terrace. You push them open, and warm evening air embraces you like a welcome. The terrace spreads out in smooth stone, furnished with soft, cushioned lounge chairs, and a long wooden dining table set for one. A single candle sits in the center, surrounded by a small arrangement of wildflowers in a simple ceramic vase. Pale lavender, soft white blossoms, and tiny sprigs of greenery. Someone has prepared it with care, as if they knew that tonight you'd want to eat outside under the sky. From the terrace, the view is even more extraordinary than from inside. The land drops gently away into vineyards, olive trees, and soft shadows cast by the sinking sun. The horizon glows in shades of blush and honey, fading into deeper blues as evening approaches. The air is warm but slowly cooling, wrapping around you like silk. A soft breeze carries the sound of distant bird calls, the faint rustle of leaves, and the gentle hum of cicadas preparing for the night. Everything about this moment feels effortless, like the villa and the land are holding space for you to sink into yourself without expectation. You step off the terrace and walk toward the edge of the property. There's a small path lined with lavender, each step releasing tiny bursts of fragrance into the air. The flowers brush softly against your legs as you walk, their scent calming your entire system. The path leads to a small stone wall overlooking the valley. You place your hands on the warm stone and look out at the sweeping view. The evening sun paints the hills in amber light. The vineyards glow deeper green. The olive trees shimmer softly, silver in the breeze. The sky shifts slowly, beautifully, into richer colors. You feel something inside you loosen even further, a softening, a settling, an exhale you didn't know you were still holding. Tuscany has a way of doing that, of pulling you into presence without trying, of teaching your body how to slow down simply by existing around it. After a few moments of stillness, you turn back toward the villa, ready to settle in and make it your own. You walk toward the hallway again, moving toward the staircase that leads to the upper level. The steps are made of smooth stone, cool beneath your fingertips as you trail your hand along the banister. Each step feels steady, grounding, as though the villa is supporting your movement, guiding you to the space where you'll rest tonight. At the top of the stairs, you find a small landing that opens into the bedroom. Your bedroom. The door stands slightly ajar, as if the villa has been waiting to show it to you. You push it open gently. The room is bathed in soft sunset light spilling in through tall windows. The walls are painted in warm, muted tones: ivory, cream, the faintest hint of gold. The floors are smooth terracotta tile, warm beneath your feet. A large bed sits in the center of the room, dressed in crisp white linens and soft linen blankets in shades of sandstone and pale brown. Pillows of various textures, linen, cotton, woven fibers, are arranged in a way that invites you to fall into them. You step closer to the bed and run your hand along the fabric. It's cool to the touch, incredibly soft with that freshly laundered scent that only luxury villas seem to carry. Beside the bed sits a wooden nightstand with a small ceramic lamp, its base painted with delicate patterns in warm earth tones. Next to it lies a simple arrangement of olive branches and a small stack of books: Italian novels, travel journals, poetry collections. A gentle reminder that here, you are allowed to take your time, to rest, to read, to move slowly. The windows are open just enough to let the warm air drift inside, carrying with it the scent of distant vineyards and freshly watered gardens. The curtains move in slow, rhythmic waves, creating a soft whispering sound that blends perfectly with the approaching night. You walk toward the window, drawn by the view. It's breathtaking. The hills stretch endlessly, illuminated now by the last glow of the day. The sky is shifting into deeper shades of peach and mauve. The first stars begin to appear, faint at first, then brighter as the sun sinks fully behind the horizon. You stand there for a moment, letting the beauty sink into your chest, letting the quiet settle around you, letting your breath follow the rhythm of the land. And then you turn back to the room, your room, ready to settle in. You place your hands on the smooth wooden dresser near the window and feel the warmth it has absorbed throughout the day. On top of it, someone has left a small welcome basket, fresh fruit, a bar of handmade soap wrapped in brown paper and tied with twine, and a small bottle of local olive oil with a handwritten tag. It feels personal, thoughtful, like you're being gently welcomed not just into a villa, but into a slower version of yourself. You take a moment to freshen up, washing your hands and face with cool water from the bathroom sink. The bathroom is warm and elegant, with stone tiles, a rainfall shower, and a large mirror framed in rustic wood. There's a faint scent of eucalyptus and lavender lingering in the air, coming from a small ceramic diffuser on the counter. The cool water revitalizes you, softening whatever remains of the journey. You pat your skin dry with a plush white towel, feeling refreshed, lighter, more present. When you step back into the bedroom, the light has shifted again. The sky outside has deepened into dusky purples and soft blues, and the villa seems to glow even more warmly from within. Your stomach softens, reminding you gently that it's time to eat. The villa staff has left a note on the dresser, just a simple handwritten message. Dinner is prepared for you on the terrace whenever you are ready. It's written in looping, elegant handwriting, and the thoughtfulness of it sends a soft wave of warmth through your chest. You slip on something comfortable, loose, and soft, and head downstairs. The villa is quiet as you descend the staircase, the light dimmer now, settling into the ambience of evening. The scent of herbs and olive oil grows stronger as you approach the kitchen and terrace. Soft music plays somewhere faintly, something with a slow guitar, maybe, blending perfectly with the sound of night insects outside. You step out onto the terrace. The table is set beautifully, one place setting, a linen napkin, a tall glass of cold water, a small carafe of wine, and a candle flickering softly in a glass lantern. The wildflowers from earlier now glow softly in the candlelight, their colors deepening under the warm flame. Your dinner waits for you. Simple, elegant, unmistakably Tuscan. A plate of fresh pasta drizzled with olive oil and scattered with basil leaves. A small bowl of olives, dark and glossy. Crusty bread with a side dish of olive oil for dipping. A few slices of ripe tomatoes drizzled with balsamic and sprinkled with salt. Everything looks rustic and perfect. You take a seat. The chair is cushioned and comfortable, angled just so you can see the valley below. The hills are now bathed in twilight blue, dotted with warm lights from distant villages and farmhouses. The sky above is deepening, stars beginning to bloom one by one. You take your first bite. It's warm, fresh, comforting. The pasta tastes homemade, silky, soft, rich with flavor. The olive oil has a depth to it, almost fruity, the kind you only find on local farms. The tomatoes taste sun-kissed and sweet. With each bite, your body sinks deeper into ease, deeper into presence, deeper into the state that only warm evenings in Tuscany can create. You sip your wine. It's light and smooth, with notes of cherry and something floral. Perfect for the warm night. The breeze brushes by you again, carrying the scent of night blooming flowers and the faintest hint of wood smoke from some distant home you'll never see. You sit there in silence, enjoying your meal slowly, savoring each moment. The candle flickers gently in front of you, casting soft shadows that dance on the table. By the time you finish eating, the sky has grown darker, stars more numerous now. A few fireflies blink in and out among the olive trees, tiny sparks of light drifting lazily through the warm air. You take another sip of water, feeling that satisfying fullness that comes not from overeating, but from eating something nourishing and simple in a place that feels safe. Your body seems to hum with a quiet gratitude, as if it recognizes that this moment, this slowness, this warmth, this simplicity, is exactly what it has needed. You stand from the table and walk to the edge of the terrace. The night is quiet, but not silent. The sounds are gentle, rhythmic, cicadas singing, leaves rustling softly, occasional distant laughter from the village below. The air is warm and thick with the scent of earth cooling under the stars. For a long moment, you simply breathe, in and out, allowing your whole body to expand into the stillness of Tuscany at night. You feel safe here, grounded here, pulled gently inward toward the version of yourself that moves slower, breathes deeper, and rests more willingly. When you finally turn back toward the villa, the candlelight on the table glows like a small star, steady and warm. You blow it out gently, and the smoke curls upward like a whisper before dissolving into the night. You walk back into the villa. The interior is dim, lit softly by small lamps along the walls. The air inside is cool and calming. You walk through the living area, your footsteps quiet on the terracotta floor, and head toward the staircase again. As you reach the bedroom, you notice the night breeze drifting through the curtains, carrying with it the comforting coolness that comes after sunset. The room is even more peaceful now, the shadows deeper, the bed glowing softly in the dim lamplight. You slip into the bathroom once more to brush your teeth, the soft lighting creating a cocoon of stillness. When you return to the bedroom, you dim the lamp on the nightstand and sit on the edge of the bed. The linen sheets feel cool beneath your fingertips. You slide under them, and the fabric settles over your body like a gentle embrace. The pillow cradles your head perfectly, supporting you in all the right places. The air smells faintly of lavender and fresh cotton. Outside, the wind moves through the trees in a soft hush. The sounds of the night blend into a steady, calming backdrop. You take a slow breath in and a slower one out. You feel your body growing heavier, your thoughts quieting, your mind sinking into the softness of the room. You rest there for a moment, not asleep yet, but already drifting toward it. Tuscany wraps around you like a blanket, warm and expansive, and then, gently, sleep begins to pull at the edges of your awareness. You let it. You trust it. You drift. You wake slowly, the way you do after the deepest kind of rest, soft, unhurried, gently rising into consciousness. There's no alarm, no urgency. Just the warm awareness of your body sinking comfortably into the bed, the linen sheets cool against your skin, and the sunlight filtering through the curtains in long, golden stripes. You don't open your eyes immediately. You let yourself exist in that perfect in-between state for a little longer, half dreaming, half awake, fully at ease. The air in the room feels fresh and warm all at the same time, carrying the scent of the early morning, a blend of sunshine, stone, and the faintest hint of flowers opening outside. When you finally open your eyes, the room is bathed in soft, morning gold. Light spills across the terracotta floors and dances gently along the edges of the furniture. The curtains move in slow, delicate waves as the breeze sweeps through the open windows, brushing over your skin like a quiet blessing. You inhale deeply. The morning air feels different here, lighter somehow, but grounding. You can smell dew-warmed earth drifting in from the gardens, and something subtly sweet, maybe jasmine from the vines outside. It's the kind of scent that makes your chest soften and your mind settle, reminding you again that you're far away from anything that demands rush or effort. You stretch a little under the covers, your body waking gently, your muscles soft and rested. There's no heaviness, no lingering tension from yesterday's travel. Tuscany has a way of doing that, resetting you while you sleep, preparing you before you even know you needed it. Eventually, you rise from the bed and place your feet on the cool terracotta tiles. The chill feels refreshing, almost like a morning welcome from the villa itself. You cross the room and walk toward the large window. When you pull the curtains aside, the view hits you in a slow, breathtaking wave. The hills are glowing under the early sun, wrapped in soft mist that hovers just above the vineyards. The light is golden but gentle, warming the land without overwhelming it. Rows of vines stretch into the distance in perfect lines, and olive trees shimmer silver green in the morning breeze. The sky is pale blue, cloudless, endless. A new day in Tuscany. You stand there for a while, breathing it in. There's a comfort in knowing the world is already awake around you. Farmers tending to the vines, villagers walking to bakeries or opening small wooden shutters as they start their day. Somewhere in the distance, a church bell rings once, echoing softly across the hills. You take another deep breath. It feels like the air has been infused with warmth, safety, and spaciousness. You feel it move through you in a calming wave. You step into the bathroom, where soft morning light pours in through a small window near the sink. The stone tiles are cool under your feet, and the air smells faintly of rosemary soap. You wash your face with cool water, feeling instantly refreshed, then brush your teeth slowly, savoring the ease of the moment. When you're ready, you slip into something light and comfortable, something perfect for warm mornings and slow exploration. You run your fingers through your hair, enjoying how soft and rested you feel. You head downstairs. The villa is quiet, warm, welcoming. Sunlight streams in through high windows, casting soft patches of gold along the floor and walls. The smell of fresh coffee drifts from the kitchen, warm and rich and comforting. It draws you in instantly. When you step into the kitchen, you see another handwritten note next to a small breakfast laid out just for you. Buongiorno. take your breakfast on the terrace. The morning is beautiful. Next to the note sits a small pot of coffee, a jug of warm milk, fresh bread, peach jam, a bowl of cherries and figs, and a plate of flaky pastries dusted lightly with sugar. You carry everything out onto the terrace. The sunlight is warm but still gentle, the kind that feels soft on the skin. The table has been refreshed since the night before. A clean linen cloth, a single vase with fresh wildflowers, and your breakfast waiting for you like a quiet offering. You sit down, pour yourself a cup of coffee, and feel the warmth spill through your hands. The first sip is perfect, rich, smooth, deep. You close your eyes for a moment, letting the taste linger. You break off a piece of warm bread and spread a little peach jam on it. The flavor is sweet, sun-ripened, soft. Then you take a fig from the bowl and bite into it. It's tender, fragrant, filled with honey-like sweetness. The valley stretches below you in every direction. The mist slowly lifts, revealing more and more detail, the irregular lines between vineyards, the soft movement of olive branches, the distant sparkle of a small lake reflecting the morning sun. You eat slowly, enjoying everything with that effortless Tuscan pace. There's nowhere you need to be. No timeline, no rush, just soft, simple luxury. After breakfast, you wander down into the garden. The lavender bushes are alive with bees drifting lazily from flower to flower, their gentle buzzing blending into the quiet morning like a soft hum. The rosemary bushes release their scent every time the breeze brushes through them, filling the air with something clean and herbal. You walk along a small stone path that winds through the garden and leads to a quiet overlook. It's shaded by a small olive tree, its branches bending softly overhead. You sit on the low stone wall beneath it, legs stretched out, and look over the valley again. The warmth of the sun seeps into your skin, into your muscles, into your mind. You feel a stillness settling inside you, a sense of spaciousness, like your chest has more room to breathe. A thought drifts in gently, unforced. You belong here. You're allowed to rest here. You're allowed to expand here. Nothing loud, nothing overt. Just the soft, quiet truth of being in a place that naturally supports you. After a while, you head back inside, feeling pulled toward the idea of exploring more today. Maybe a slow day trip. Maybe wandering the streets of Florence. Maybe discovering tiny villages tucked between hills. You slip on comfortable shoes, grab a light bag, and step outside the villa again into the warm morning light. The air feels like silk, brushing against your skin. The sky stretches endlessly above you. And the day, this beautiful Tuscan day, feels wide open. You walk toward the car waiting for you at the edge of the drive. The door opens easily. You slide in. The engine hums softly. And once again, you begin to move through Tuscany. The road from your villa winds gently between hills coated in green. The morning light dances across the vineyards, making the dew sparkle like tiny crystals. Cypress trees stand tall and still, lining long driveways or framing distant farmhouses. As the car glides forward, you rest your head back and breathe deeply. Every inhale feels fuller. Every exhale sinks deeper. The land opens around you, inviting you into its calm, its beauty, its ease. You're heading toward Florence now, and the drive itself is as magical as the destination. The drive toward Florence feels almost unreal in the morning light. The sun sits low enough that everything looks like it's been brushed in warm gold, and the hills unfurl around you in long, gentle sweeps. The road curves in that perfect Italian way, smooth, soft bends that guide you rather than demand anything from you. It feels like the land itself is steering you inward, towards something spacious, something quiet, something beautifully your own. As you leave the smaller countryside roads and merge into the softly flowing path toward the city, you begin to notice more olive groves, more clusters of cypress trees, more small stone farmhouses with vines wrapping around their walls like they've been embraced by time. The closer you get to Florence, the more the landscape begins to shift again. The hills soften into a wide valley, and buildings begin to appear, still spread out, still warm and rustic, but signaling that a city of art and history is just ahead. You don't rush your thoughts. You don't prepare. You simply let yourself arrive in the moment you're in, present, open, curious, supported by the rhythm of the land. Eventually, you begin to see the edges of Florence appear in the distance. Terracotta roofs clustered like warm embers, old stone walls, slender bell towers rising above the city like delicate fingers reaching toward the sky. And then, slowly, the Duomo emerges. The dome glows under the sun like something out of a dream, massive, intricate, both ancient and impossibly delicate. It rises above the city in a way that makes your breath catch for just a moment. Seeing it in photos never prepares you for the feeling of seeing it in real life, especially when you arrive softly, like you're being carried towards something that understands beauty far better than you ever could. As the car enters the quieter outskirts of Florence, the streets narrow. Cobblestones appear beneath the wheels. The buildings grow closer together, tall, warm-toned, with green shutters and small wrought iron balconies overflowing with flowers. You pass people walking slowly, locals opening shops for the day, the scent of espresso drifting from every direction. There's conversation, but it's soft, gentle, blending into the soundscape rather than piercing it. Everything feels alive in a grounded, deeply human way. The car comes to a gentle stop near a quiet side street, a perfect place to explore from. You step out into warm air that's lighter than the countryside but rich with a tapestry of scents. Coffee, pastries just pulled from ovens, sun-warmed stone, and something sweet you can't quite name, maybe from a nearby flower stall. The street is narrow and beautiful, lined with pale stone buildings that feel older than anything you've ever known, but somehow timeless, like they still have stories to tell. The cobblestones beneath your feet feel real, grounding, a reminder that many thousands of footsteps have passed here before yours. You begin to walk. Florence unfolds around you gently. Shops open their doors, bookstores with weathered covers in the windows, small boutiques displaying handcrafted leather bags, bakeries filled with golden pastries cooling on racks. The windows reflect the sunlight in soft patches, the kind that glow rather than shine. You let yourself wander. No map, no plan, just curiosity guiding your steps. Every corner reveals something new, a tiny piazza tucked between buildings, a fountain bubbling softly, a cafe where a woman sits reading with her cappuccino, her face relaxed in the morning light. You step into a small pasticceria, drawn by the scent alone. Inside, the air is warm and buttery. The pastries are arranged neatly behind glass, sfogliatelli glistening with sugar, croissants filled with cream, biscotti lined in rows. You order something small and warm, maybe a cornetto filled with lemon cream, and take your time savoring it. The pastry flakes softly under your fingers. The sweetness melts on your tongue. The moment feels like a tiny celebration of presence. You continue wandering, letting your steps carry you where they want. Florence is the kind of city that's meant to be discovered slowly, in pieces, in breath-by-breath revelations. Eventually, the streets open into the Piazza del Duomo. The Duomo rises in front of you like a living cathedral of stone and art. Its marble patterns, white, green, pink, catch the sunlight in a way that feels almost unreal. The dome itself glows warmly, the terracotta tiles shimmering like embers under the sun. Brunelleschi's masterpiece towers above everything else, elegant and powerful, making you feel small in the best possible way. You move closer, your footsteps soft on the stone. The sound of other people fades around you. It all becomes distant, gentle, part of the background. The Duomo holds your attention completely. You stop just in front of it, tilt your head back, and breathe in. It's impossible to be in front of something so old, so beautiful, without feeling the soft shift of perspective inside you. A reminder of scale, a reminder of time, a reminder that beauty, real beauty, lives in details and patience, not in rush. You feel your breath deepen again. Your nervous system softens another layer. Your mind grows quieter. You wander the perimeter of the cathedral slowly, pausing to take in the intricate carvings, the statues, the shimmering marble that seems to hum with history. Then you continue deeper into the heart of Florence. Narrow streets filled with art studios, shops selling watercolor sketches of the city, old stone archways draped with vines, a tiny bridge crossing a narrow river canal, balconies draped with white linens catching the breeze. Your steps become slower without you realizing it. Your shoulders lower. Your jaw softens again. Your breath lengthens into something natural, effortless. Eventually, you find yourself approaching the Arno River. The water glows with the reflection of sunlight, shimmering in long streaks of gold. The sound of it moving is gentle, rhythmic, soothing. You walk along the riverbank for a while, the breeze on the water brushing lightly against your skin. The Ponte Vecchio appears ahead, its arches strong and old, its row of shops built right into the bridge like a tiny village suspended over the water. Jewelry glitters in the windows, catching the light like little flashes of gold. You cross the bridge slowly, taking in the feeling of standing above the Arno, letting the hum of the city move around you without disturbing your calm. On the other side, you enter the quieter, more residential part of Florence, a maze of narrow alleys and sunlit courtyards, flower pots on windowsills, and tiny cafes with only 2 or 3 tables out front. You stop at one of them, a small table, a single chair, a view of a quiet street lined with ivy and terracotta. There's shade here, cool and comforting. You sit. You order nothing more than a cold sparkling water with a slice of lemon, and when it arrives, you hold it in both hands, feeling the condensation on your skin. You breathe, slow, grounded, present. You watch the shadows on the buildings shift as the sun moves deeper into the sky. You watch people pass by, gentle, unhurried, each living their own quiet story, and everything inside you feels open, soft, spacious. There's nothing tugging at your thoughts, nothing asking for your attention, nothing demanding your energy. Just this moment, this quiet, this breath in Florence. When you're ready, you stand again, feeling refreshed in a way that goes beyond rest. You've explored the city in the softest way, and now it's time to head back to the villa, back to the hills, back to the quiet, back to the warmth. The return drive is waiting for you. You step back onto the warm Florentine street, and the light has shifted again. It's richer now, deeper, the kind of golden hour glow that feels like it was painted specifically for this city. The buildings weather light like silk. The stone is warm under your fingertips when you brush it gently walking by. Every surface glows. The car is right where you left it, waiting in the shade of an old stone building with faded green shutters. The moment you slide into the seat, you feel a small wave of tiredness, not the heavy kind, but the satisfying soft fatigue that comes from a day spent wandering beautiful places on your own terms. You're not exhausted. You're softened, warmed, ready to drift back into the countryside. The car pulls away from the quiet street, and soon you're moving through Florence again. The narrow roads opening into broader ones, the river briefly appearing beside you before drifting out of view. The city slowly loosens its hold, and the buildings grow smaller, quieter, more spaced out. Then, once again, you're in the open. The Tuscan hills greet you like an old friend, rolling, sunlit, endless, painted in warm gold and deep green, alive with evening light. As the car glides along the road, the breeze from the window brushes against your face, warm and fragrant. The scent of the land feels different now, still earthy, still herbal, but infused with the soft cooling of late afternoon. You rest your head lightly against the seat. There is a rhythm to Tuscany at this hour. It's slower than morning, slower than midday. It feels like everything is preparing for softness, like the whole land is beginning to exhale. The vineyards glow under the golden sun, their rows stretching long and fluid across the hills. Olive trees shimmer in silver green, their leaves catching the light like small mirrors. A group of cypress trees stands tall on a ridge, casting long shadows that stretch across a field like elegant strokes of charcoal. You notice small things as you drive, the glow on a distant farmhouse window, a dog wandering lazily near a stone wall, a woman hanging laundry on a balcony, the soft curve of a dirt path leading through an olive grove. It feels like you're moving through a place that doesn't need to impress you. It simply is, and that is enough. As the road winds upward, you pass a tiny village, just a cluster of stone houses, a small church with a bell tower, and a handful of shops with old awnings and wooden signs. People sit outside at little tables drinking wine, sharing slow conversations, and their laughter drifts into the air like warm smoke. You find yourself smiling without realizing it. The road curves again, then again. The hills rise and fall like deep breaths, and the world grows quieter, softer, more golden. Eventually, the familiar line of cypress trees appears in the distance, tall, elegant, leading the way. You're almost home. The villa comes into view, glowing under the setting sun. Its stone walls radiate warmth, and the terracotta roof looks deeper in color now, touched by the last light of the day. The lavender along the path appears silver in the low light, swaying gently in the breeze. The car slows and turns onto the gravel drive. The sound of the wheels crunching softly feels like a welcome back whisper. You step out of the car. The air is warm, but cooler than before. A perfect twilight temperature. The villa stands still and golden before you. Peaceful, steady, yours. You walk toward the entrance slowly, savoring the feel of the warm stone under your feet, the soft scent of herbs drifting from the garden, the quiet hum of evening settling into the land. Inside, the villa feels even cozier now. The light is dim, soft lamps glowing gently in corners. The air near the windows is warm with the scent of the earth outside. The entire space seems to hold its breath for a moment, welcoming you back into its quiet embrace. You move into the living room and sink briefly into the linen sofa, feeling your body relax into the cushions. The softness welcomes you, supporting you in all the places that have carried you today. Your mind feels lighter. Your chest feels more open. Your breath feels deeper and slower. The day has shaped you in ways you can feel, but not fully name yet. Ways that feel good, gentle, necessary. But the evening is still unfolding. You stand again, drawn toward the terrace by the glow of the golden horizon. When you step outside, the world steals your breath for a moment. The valley is bathed in warm, deep hues, amber, rose, honey, gold. The sky above shifts slowly into soft mauves and blues. The first stars begin to appear, faint but steady. The vineyards look almost painted in the fading light. The olive trees shimmer in their silvery way. The land stretches outward in long waves of warmth, like a quiet sea. You rest your hands on the terrace railing and breathe in the evening. There is a softness here that feels ancient, a kind of gentleness that seeps into your body and makes everything inside you slow down. The breeze brushes over your arms, warm but cooling, carrying the scent of lavender and sun-warmed stone. You sit at the table outside again, not to eat, just to rest. The candle from last night has been replaced with a fresh one. You light it. The flame flickers in the soft twilight, casting tiny shadows on the table. The sky deepens. The stars multiply. The world grows quieter, and something inside you grows quieter too. You feel the kind of stillness that only comes from being in places where time seems to stretch, soften, loosen its grip. A stillness that settles into your bones. A stillness that feels like home. You stay there until the sky turns a deep velvet blue and the last of the sunlight disappears beyond the hills. Then, slowly, gently, you stand and walk back inside, ready for the night, ready for rest, ready to slip deeper into the softness of Tuscany. The villa is dim when you step back inside, lit mostly by the soft glow of a few small lamps placed carefully around the rooms. Their light is warm, golden, gentle, like candlelight without the flicker. It creates pockets of cozy shadow, making the villa feel even more inviting, more intimate, more wrapped around you. You walk upstairs slowly, your hand gliding along the smooth banister. The air feels different now, not cold, not warm, just perfect. A night breeze slips through the open windows and flows through the hallway, brushing past you like a whisper. You breathe it in. It smells faintly of jasmine blooming in the darkness. A soft, sweet floral note that drifts in and out of the air. When you enter your bedroom, the curtains billow lightly in the breeze. The lamp on the nightstand glows softly, lighting the room with just enough warmth to feel safe, but not enough to disturb the quiet of the night. You walk to the window. The view is breathtaking. The hills are dark and velvety, lit only by distant farmhouses and little clusters of golden lights from villages tucked between the slopes. The sky above is filled with stars, so many more than you ever see at home. They shimmer, scatter, glow, each one a small, quiet miracle hanging above the land. You can see the faint blur of the Milky Way stretching across the darkness like a soft ribbon. You rest your fingertips on the windowsill. The night hums gently from below, cicadas singing softly, an owl calling far in the distance, leaves brushing against one another in slow, delicate movements. The world feels so alive, yet so peaceful. You stay there for a moment, breathing it in, letting the night settle into your senses. Nothing to hold, nothing to push, just this moment of calm. Eventually, you step away from the window and walk toward the bathroom. The soft light inside casts a gentle glow on the stone tiles, and the room smells faintly of rosemary and eucalyptus from the natural soaps resting on the counter. You turn the tap on and wash your hands with warm water. Then splash a little on your face. The warmth followed by the cool night air when you step back out feels like the gentlest reset. You brush your teeth slowly, savoring the ritual, letting your mind drift loosely the way it does when it feels safe. When you return to the bedroom, the sheets look impossibly inviting. Soft, cool, ready. You dim the lamp just a little more. Your body is tired now. Not in a heavy way, but in that warm, sun-soaked, deeply satisfied way that comes from a full day of beauty and wandering and warmth. You feel soft around the edges, calm beneath the surface, open in a way that only travel, real, slow travel, can make you. You sit on the edge of the bed, and let the quiet settle fully around you. The night breeze brushes your skin. The scent of jasmine drifts in again. Your shoulders drop another level. Your breath deepens without trying. You slide under the sheets. The linen blankets settle beautifully over your body, cool and airy, the kind of fabric that moves with your breath. The pillow cradles your head, supporting every subtle shift. Everything feels perfectly balanced, light, cozy, soothing. The air flowing through the window carries a steady, calming rhythm. In, soft night air. Out, warm, slow exhale. Your body begins to melt. Your muscles soften. Your mind quiets. But you're not ready to sleep just yet. There's still a little more of the night to take in. You lie on your back and let your gaze drift to the ceiling. The soft glow from the lamp paints gentle shadows that move slowly in the breeze, soothing you like an unhurried lullaby. Then, drawn by something soft, you turn your head to look at the window again. From where you lie, you can see the stars. Dozens, hundreds, little sparks of ancient light shimmering in the dark Tuscan sky. You breathe in again, slow, steady, and in that breath, something inside you loosens even more. A quiet thought surfaces, small and warm. You're allowed this rest, this ease, this softness. You don't force it. You don't chase it. It just drifts through you, gentle, unhurried, like a whisper of truth. Your eyelids grow heavier. Your body sinks further into the mattress. Your arms soften at your sides. Your legs feel long, warm, relaxed. The sounds of the night blend into a soothing hum, and little by little, your thoughts begin to drift, not away from you, just lightly, like leaves floating across still water, each moment quieter than the one before. You let yourself surrender, a little more, and a little more. Your breath moves in slow waves. In, warm night. Out, deep release. You're not asleep yet, but you're close, so close. And the night is holding you gently in its arms. The hills, the stars, the villa, the warm Tuscan air, all wrapping around you in soft, quiet comfort. You lie there, wrapped in that perfect stillness, feeling your body dissolve one slow breath at a time. The sheets feel even softer now, warmed gently by your skin. The breeze drifts across the room again, brushing the curtains aside for a moment, letting a small wave of cool night air spill in across your cheek. Your eyes flutter closed, not because you're falling asleep yet, but because it simply feels good. Effortless, natural, safe. When you open them again, you let your gaze rest on the soft movement of the curtains. The shadows they cast sway in slow, hypnotic arcs along the floor, the walls, the ceiling. You follow the movement without thinking, without trying, without needing to understand anything. It feels like the villa is breathing with you. Slow, deep, peaceful. You shift slightly under the sheets, finding an even more comfortable position, one that feels like your body melting directly into the mattress. The pillow supports your head perfectly, every small muscle in your neck releasing one by one. There's a warmth in your chest that wasn't there before, a softness, a sense of being held by the night itself. Outside, the cicadas sing their gentle nighttime chorus. Not loud, not sharp, just steady, rhythmic, ancient. They sound like the earth humming beneath you. In the distance, you hear a faint rustle of olive branches swaying against one another. The wind moves through them in a soft whisper, murmuring secrets the land has kept for centuries. You let the sound wash over you like a blanket of calm. You close your eyes again. This time, you stay there a little longer, suspended in that warm, dreamy space where the world fades, but you are still aware enough to enjoy it. Your thoughts drift, not in spirals or threads, but in soft, slow shapes, like clouds moving across a twilight sky. You see small flashes of the day behind your eyelids, the vineyards glowing under the sun, the golden light on the Duomo, the warm, fragrant pastries, the quiet cafe, the lavender path, the terrace at sunset, the stars blooming above the hills. They appear and disappear like gentle memories floating up from a calm mind. You don't cling to them. You don't follow them. You just let them drift. Your breath deepens naturally again. In. Soft, warm air. Out, slow release. Your jaw loosens. Your shoulders melt. Your hands relax completely, fingers uncurling gently into the sheets. There is no tension left. Not in your neck, not in your back, not in your hips, not in your chest. The day has dissolved into something warm and weightless, and Tuscany has tucked you into bed with the ease of something ancient and loving. Your breathing finds a slow, steady cadence. In, out. Every exhale takes you deeper. Every inhale fills you with quiet warmth. Your body sinks further into the mattress, into the linen, into the night. A soft thought floats in, feather-light, almost a feeling rather than words. You are safe here. You are welcome here. You can soften here. Your mind receives it without resistance. The villa creaks softly, natural, gentle, the sound of old wood settling into the coolness of night. It's comforting, grounding, like a familiar home adjusting around you as you fall asleep. You turn your head slightly on the pillow. The stars visible from your bed seem brighter now, like tiny lanterns flickering just for you. Their light feels steady, soothing, timeless. You watch them without focusing, just letting their presence settle into you. Your eyelids grow heavier once more. The weight is relaxing, pleasant, comforting, like a soft hand resting over your eyes, like warm darkness inviting you inward. You take another breath, in, out. Your mind drifts easily now, floating just above sleep, moving toward it in slow, gentle waves. The breeze brushes your cheek again. You sink. A soft wave of warmth spreads through your chest. You sink deeper. Your thoughts fade into soft shapes. You slip further down. Your breathing matches the rhythm of the night. Your body feels like it's dissolving into the bed. You're drifting now, loose, floaty, held, and sleep is drawing you closer, like a tide pulling softly toward the shore. You don't need to do anything. Just wait. Just breathe. Just drift. The villa, the hills, the warm Tuscan night, they're all holding you, guiding you, cradling you deeper. You let go a little more, then a little more, then just a little more. The edge of sleep is warm beneath your fingertips. Close, very close. You breathe in the night one last time before slipping over the edge. In, out, and the world becomes soft and quiet and endless. You float there somewhere between waking and dreaming, wrapped in the softness of the villa, the warmth of the night, the steady rhythm of your own breath. Time feels different here, slower, kinder, like it's no longer something you have to keep up with, but something that gently moves around you while you rest. You're not thinking about tomorrow. You're not looping through the past. You're just here, in this quiet, in this body, in this bed, in this moment. Tuscany holds you like a cradle. You feel your awareness drifting further inward, like you're sinking slowly beneath the surface of a warm, still lake. The thoughts at the surface grow quieter. The sounds of the outside world soften into one smooth hum. The cicadas, the leaves, the distant rustle of night animals, the soft creak of the villa's old beams, the whisper of curtains moving in the breeze. All of it blurs into a single, steady lullaby. Your breath keeps leading the way, in a little warmth, out, a little weight, in, a little safety, out, a little tension, in, a little more softness, out, a little more release. There is nothing you need to fix, nothing you need to hold up, nothing you need to perform. Here, in this villa, under this sky, you are allowed to simply exist, to be a person lying in a bed in Tuscany, sinking deeper into rest with every breath. If any small thought rises, a thread of something unfinished, a flicker of something you forgot, a whisper of something waiting at home, it doesn't cling. It just drifts by like a cloud moving across the distant hills. The land outside has known countless days, countless seasons, countless changes, and it has watched all of them come and go with the same quiet certainty. You feel some part of you remembering that certainty, that rhythm, that deep, patient steadiness. You don't have to force anything. Here, things ripen in their own time. Grapes grow sweeter day by day. Olives swell slowly on their branches. Light shifts across stone walls inch by inch. You are allowed that same softness, that same slow unfolding. You are allowed to change gently, to expand gently, to heal gently, not in big, dramatic bursts, but in tiny, almost invisible ways. The way your shoulders stay a little looser, the way your chest feels a little more open, the way your breath settles a little deeper into your belly. You don't have to notice it for it to be happening. Tuscany works on you quietly. Another wave of sleepiness pulls at you, heavier now. Your limbs feel warm, heavy, distant. Your hands rest softly on the sheets, fingers completely still. Your feet relax, toes loose, arches softened. You can feel your heartbeat, slow, steady, calm. Your nervous system culling inward the way a cat curls into a patch of sun. There's a sense, deep in your body, that you are exactly where you need to be. In this bed, in this villa, in this moment, in this version of yourself that is allowed to rest. You imagine, just for a second, the hills outside in the dark, vineyards sleeping, olive trees standing quietly, stone walls cooling after a long day of sun. Somewhere far across the valley, a farmhouse light flickers off, and another person sinks into their own bed, their own rest, their own night. The whole valley feels like it's tucking itself in. You're part of that now. Your breath falls into the same slow cadence as the land. In, out, like the hills rising and falling, like the wind moving and fading, like waves that never rush themselves. Your eyelids are heavy now. You don't want to open them. You don't need to. The room has dissolved behind your closed eyes. The bed has become an extension of you. No edges, no sharpness, just soft support. The pillow fits around your head like it was made just for you. Your mind drifts further. You glimpse the villa terrace in the back of your thoughts, a memory of sitting under the evening sky, a candle flickering on the table, the air warm on your skin, the valley stretched below you like a living painting. You don't try to hold on to the image. You let it blur. You let it soften. You let it become part of the dream that's slowly pulling you deeper. You feel a sense of gentle gratitude move through you. Not big, not loud, not forced. Just a quiet thank you in your chest. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this place. Thank you for this rest. It hangs there for a moment like a soft echo, then dissolves into the stillness. Beyond the villa, beyond the hills, the sky keeps turning. Somewhere far off, dawn is hours away, not yet even thinking about arriving. You have so much time to sleep, so much time to drift, so much time to be held. There is no hurry to wake, no pressure to get up. The night stretches long and generous in front of you, like a gentle road you travel only in dreams. You sink again, deeper this time, as if you're passing through layers, from surface thoughts to soft drifting images to pure sensation, to nothing but warmth and darkness. You feel your body become very far away, very relaxed, very safe. Your mind is floating now, weightless, unconcerned, unbothered. If anything appears in your awareness now, a fragment of conversation, a memory, a feeling, it arrives blurred around the edges, already dissolving even as it forms. The hills of Tuscany fade from view, but not from feeling. The sense of them remains in your chest, spacious, golden, endless. The villa melts away into softness, yet the safety of it stays with you, the cool stone, the warm light, the steady silence. The bed becomes the only thing you know, soft, warm, holding you completely. Your breath runs on its own now, steady and slow. In, out, in, out. You don't have to follow it anymore. Your body knows what to do. You've crossed the edge. Sleep has you. You are drifting now through the deepest part of the night, cradled by Tuscany, breathing with the hills, held by the quiet, supported by a world that asks nothing of you in this moment. You have nowhere to be, nothing to do, no role to play, just rest, just softness, just sleep. And as you sink fully into it, into that deep, slow, healing sleep, the villa keeps watch, the hills keep watch, the stars keep watch. You are safe, you are held, you are allowed to let go completely. Let the night take you. Let your dreams wander the vineyards and terraces and quiet streets. Let your body restore itself in ways you don't have to understand. Everything can wait. For now, there is only this: the sound of your own slow breathing, the warmth of linen against your skin, and the quiet, golden knowing that somewhere in the Tuscan hills, you are resting more deeply than you have in a very, very long time. And you can stay here as long as you need, sleeping deeply, softly, peacefully, all through the night.